What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Feeling Blue. So, I did a lot of work today. I am feeling pretty good. It was an off day, so, a white sock kind of day. And I had a good friend of mine come and visit. He helped me set up some lighting, so hopefully I look a little better than I have been. It's just been a really good day overall. Basically, I got up kind of at 7:30, stuck around in bed, hung out for a while till my little Pokemon Pocket Pack pops open. They got messed up by the spring forward, and I'm really upset about it. So how it works is you get a pack every day at like a certain time, but when spring sprung, it messed up my timing. So before I'd get it about 30 minutes to an hour into working. Now it's not for about 2 hours, and it just kind of messes up my flow. It was just something that was consistently at a specific time, so I kind of had a rhythm to engage with it, and now it doesn't work as well for me. But it's okay, I can still open it up later. I got some feedback from a friend of mine who said I had a hard time like not looking directly at the camera, so that's something I'm going to keep working on. And right now I have it a little bit different. I literally have like my MacBook set on top of just two shoe boxes, so it can be at like a decent angle. A good friend of mine came over and helped me with some lights, and so I've got this set up, so hopefully it's looking a little better. Aside from that, I went to the gym and I did my roller skating and really just enjoyed the day off. Seeing a really good friend was nice. We went out to dinner, talked for a while, walked for a bit, got some help with some stuff, and they just left. We just watched Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, which, oh my gosh, sorry, but it does not hold up. I'm thinking about making a new segment, kind of calling it Movie Monday, and doing it where something I've seen that week I can kind of talk about, maybe go more in depth. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I want to start moving these Feeling Blue episodes to either to the shorts or making them less 10-minute videos and kind of utilizing this time towards some different type of content. I think it'd be really cool to do like a skating Saturday or to do like a movie Monday type of thing to kind of just keep the content interesting and unique. I realize that when I don't have work, I don't have like as much to talk about or complain about or to feel blue about, which, is also nice that I'm feeling good, but it also kind of hurts when I sit down to talk. I have a plethora of stories though, so hopefully I'll never run out of anything to talk about. And normally I'm pretty good at like jumping the gun. I just don't want to keep repeating myself over and over. I was thinking about how I needed to talk about the name of the name of the little show, the little podcast, and how I'm not really feeling that blue anymore, but I still like the name given Blue Zerker and all that. But I talked about that yesterday, so there's not really anything new. But like I said, so hopefully I'll have some lighting stuff being differentiated. I got some of those cool like color changing light bulbs. I will say my quick review is they're really cool, but it's really annoying because the app does not hook them up like the way they're supposed to. So it's connected, but I have to like click it and like wait for way too long to like get it going. In other news though, last week I recorded a skating video and it's actually up on my channel. It's like a 3.5 minute video of me dancing to Dancing Through Life by, being sung by Jonathan Bailey and the Wicked soundtrack. It's a movie I really enjoyed. I already had heard the Wicked music before on my like random music playlists. I was a big Hamilton fan, so it would always kind of pop up in my musical playlist, and I enjoyed the music, but I really liked the movie. So I was able to record like a little 3.5 minute video of me dancing to it last week, and nothing crazy, 40 views or something. I shared it on like my personal Facebook page and Instagram, but today I actually took that video and put it on TikTok, and I did some editing and some other things to it, and it turned out really good, I think. And yeah, so I don't know how sharing between like TikTok works on like Facebook and YouTube. I know that the first little music video I did on Facebook got muted because of copyright and because of how it works, and whereas on TikTok I know it's a little bit different because you can utilize the sounds on there and they just get kind of like a cut. I obviously don't have any crazy TikTok following or anything, but the video is performing like pretty well. It's been seen by like 1,000 people already, which is probably not crazy given the fact that I see TikToks that have been seen by like 1.3 million people. But as far as just a random guy who's got like 20 views on his channel, I've gotten like a lot more followers and I've gotten a lot of other things. If you want to check that out, go ahead. I might put a link in the description. I kind of like that like my TikTok has my name associated with it, whereas this doesn't. So I kind of like having them a bit differentiated so that people in my personal life can't kind of follow. As someone who manages restaurants and whatnot, I try to keep things separate when I can, and my personal life and my friends and my family separate. Even if I am talking about some of these people, it's better to have them removed. But I have a fun little story, I guess, nothing crazy. Aside from that, I'll get to that in just a second. Hopefully the lighting looks better. Hopefully the sound quality is still just as good. I've got that, Yeti Blue microphone that I use. I don't know how this is going to last with the eventually streaming that I want to do, because it's so raised so that I can have a better angle on myself, and I'll kind of work it out from there. I've been looking at getting a new webcam, but this camera works a lot better. This is my MacBook versus my iMac, which I bought an iMac 8 years ago, and I think it looks so sleek and cool, but it has not done the things I've needed it to do. I ended up getting it because I was going to study film and wanted to use it for editing and whatnot, and I ended up just utilizing my computer as way more of a gaming device for my friends, and that is not the play when you have an iMac, because so much of the stuff I wanted to do I wasn't able to do, and I run into all these little problems of compatibility issues. I think the Apple ecosystem is very helpful for people who enjoy it, who are used to it, and all my stuff is Apple, so I should have a better time with it than I do, but because I'm trying to play games and stuff, it doesn't work as well. I have a PS5, so I can play a lot of stuff with them through there, through those consoles, and then I also have a Switch, which is broken. I took it to this little repair shop and spent $40 on a new battery and for them to fix it, and it did not fix the problem. I just now have an error code that says there's something wrong with the chip inside of it, which is a more extensive repair, and I'm more tempted to kind of just get a new Switch. But unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, Switch 2 just got announced, which is exciting, but it's going to come out later this year, and I want to play the games I want to play now. I want to play the Pokemon Legends Arceus, because that's a game that I bought and started playing, didn't give enough time to, but then I kind of rolled back into my Pokemon mood, and I wanted to play the Scarlet and Violet DLC. Even though Scarlet and Violet was a terrible experience, I have way more to say about that game. I'm not going to get into it right now. But anyway, story time. So before I lived where I live now, I lived in this little house that was divided up into kind of 2 apartments. There was the house was shaped like a triangle. The upstairs was this woman who moved in about 2 months after I moved into the base floor. So you would walk in, I had my layer, that was a 1-bedroom apartment. You'd go up the stairs and you'd have a second 1-bedroom apartment. And I've seen both of these when I was moving in, but I decided to go with the bottom one. Never make that choice. Do not do it. It was terrible. Basically, the upstairs was hardwood. The person who originally moved in was in the military and was never there, and it was fantastic. Well, they got redeployed to a different base, and they ended up moving. And I got a woman with a 5-year-old son. And every morning at 6 o'clock, I swear this kid was playing marbles. He would the noise was ridiculous. And as someone who was going to bed at 3 or 4 and getting up at 11, 12 o'clock because I didn't have to work until later, and that was just kind of the schedule I kept, getting woken up at 6 o'clock, which is when I get up now for work, was so frustrating. So every day, though, there would be some kind of noise, or if school was out, or the weekends, I'm just trying to enjoy my time, and I've got all this noise coming from above. Well, I have a light outside on the porch, and I had already interacted with this woman a few times. I'm pretty friendly, try to be friendly with the people around me, and she really wasn't having any of it, and I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. We don't ever really have to interact. Well, it's starting to get night. I have a friend coming over, the same one that helped me with the lights, and I leave the light on for them because it's easier to walk up. And the porch light is something that I particularly have a lot of opinions about. But it's on my floor. It shines in my window. I was turning the light on. I was going and doing my stuff while I was waiting, and then the light kept going off. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. Then I'm hearing this door open and close outside. Basically, she was coming down and turning the light switch off and then going back upstairs. So finally, I catch her. I look out my window and there's someone by the trash cans. And I meet her kind of in this it's just a little corridor right here before you go up the stairs where my apartment is. And I'm like, hey, are you turning this light off? And she's like, yeah, it's shining in my house. And she's really snooty. She's like, it's shining in my house. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to turn it off as soon as the person I've got coming over gets here, but I'm using it. I'm leaving it on until they get there. Fine, do what you want, she says back as she stomps up the stairs. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Just close your blinds. I'm being woken up every day by your kid and your blinds are off. Well, I go to turn the light on and nothing happens. She threw the light bulb away. The light bulb was missing. And I realized then what she was doing by the trash can. So then I called my landlord and kind of explained everything that was going on, and he showed up. Like 30 minutes later, I heard knocking and talking upstairs, and then he like plugged a new light bulb in and, apologized to me. But ever since then, gosh, it was a crazy year. My friend reminded me of that today when we were talking. He said that there was no one moved in to where I was, and I could see why, how it would be hard to fill that, because and she also worked from home. So she was always at home. Literally, it was like kid upstairs or she was at home. It was so frustrating. But anyway, I could keep going on about that woman, but that was like the main thing that was crazy. And it looks like I'm past my time. Sorry to bother you with that crazy, weird little story. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope that all the improvements that are being made are looking better on your end too. I've got a few more things to do, but so far I'm really pleased with how it's all working out, and kind of just pleased with the hobby, the project I've been working on in general. So yeah, if you've been feeling blue, I'm sorry to hear that. Just keep working on whatever it is you're working on, and it'll kind of pass. But have a good night. Thank you again for watching. See ya.